Welcome to English Listening Practice. This video is designed for learners of all levels. Listen carefully and try to understand the story. Let's begin. When Lena moved to Rotterdam for a new job, she promised herself she would be brave in practical ways. She would learn the tram lines, speak up in meetings, and stop treating every unfamiliar street like a warning. Still, during her first weeks, the city felt like a clever machine that worked perfectly without her. People walked quickly, doors closed softly, and everyone seemed to know exactly where they were going. On a rainy Thursday, Lena stayed late at the design studio to finish a presentation. Her manager, Wouter, had praised her ideas earlier, but his tone had been sharp at the end of the day, as if he expected her to fail. By the time she boarded the night train home, her shoulders ached, and her thoughts kept circling the same question. Did I really belong here? Or was I just borrowing space?
The carriage was almost empty.
A teenager slept with his hood up, and a woman in a bright yellow coat stared at her phone as if it had offended her. Lena sat near the window, watching the dark water flash between buildings. When the train stopped at Block, the woman in the yellow coat stood up quickly and walked out, still typing. The doors closed, and the train rolled forward again. A few seconds later, Lena noticed something on the seat across from her, a leather wallet, slightly open. She looked around, half expecting someone to rush back in. Nobody did. She picked it up and hesitated. Inside, there were cards, a driver's license, and a folded stack of cash that seemed too thick to be accidental. The name on the license was Saskia Vermeer. There was also a small photo of a child with messy hair and a missing front tooth, smiling as if the camera had told a joke. Lena's first instinct was to hand it to the conductor. Her second instinct arrived like a quiet, unpleasant voice. You could keep the cash and return the wallet later. Her rent had already eaten most of her savings. She had been eating pasta with the same jar of tomato sauce for 3 days. It wasn't that she wanted to steal, it was that she was tired of feeling one small problem away from panic. She put the wallet in her bag, telling herself she would decide at the next stop. At Rotterdam Centraal, she stepped onto the platform and felt the cold air push against her face. She walked toward the exit, then slowed down. A security guard stood near the gates, looking bored. Lena could have handed the wallet over in 5 seconds and been done with it. Instead, she kept walking. Outside, she called her friend Noor, who had moved to Rotterdam a year earlier and had become Lena's unofficial survival guide. Noor answered on the second ring. You sound strange, Noor said after Lena explained. Where are you right now? Go back. Noor said immediately. You know you should. I know, Lena said, but she still didn't turn around. What if nobody claims it? What if it's not even her money? Noor's silence was heavy. Lena, she said, calmer now, you moved here because you wanted a different life. Don't start it by doing something that will follow you. Lena closed her eyes. The words landed in the exact place she had been trying to ignore. She went back inside. At the service desk, she placed the wallet on the counter and explained where she had found it, trying not to sound like she had been arguing with herself for 20 minutes. The staff member thanked her and asked for her contact details in case the owner wants to respond. Lena wrote her number, then walked out feeling both lighter and slightly foolish, as if she had given away a chance at comfort. The next afternoon, her phone rang. Hello, is this Lena? A woman asked. Her voice was controlled, but there was tension underneath, like a string pulled too tight. Yes. This is Saskia Vermeer. They gave me your number. You found my wallet. Lena braced for anger, for suspicion, for questions that would make her cheeks burn. Yes, I'm glad you got it back. There was a pause and then the woman exhaled. You don't understand, my son's school trip is tomorrow. The cash was for the payment, and my bank card was blocked because I entered the wrong PIN too many times. I thought I'd ruined everything. I'm really sorry, Lena said, surprised by how personal it felt. You didn't ruin anything, Saskia replied. You saved me. Can I buy you coffee just to say thank you? They met 2 days later in a small cafe near the river. Saskia arrived looking tired but relieved, and she told Lena about her rushed commute, her distracted texting, and the panic that had hit her like a wave when she reached for her wallet and found only an empty pocket. Lena admitted carefully that she had hesitated. Saskia didn't look shocked. She nodded, as if she understood the human mind better than Lena did. Everyone hesitates, she said. The question is what you do after. As Lena walked home afterward, the streets still felt unfamiliar, but not hostile. She wasn't suddenly rich, or confident, or certain about her job. yet she felt as if she had placed one small, steady stone in the foundation of her new life, something she could stand on later, when the city moved too fast, and she needed to remember who she wanted to be. Thank you for listening and practicing English with us. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends.